I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
It could just be me. I could just be insane. Are there birds in the back of your... Like, I hear like
my window's open right now, and I have my bush.
Okay.
Can you hear those birds?
I can hear the birds.
They're literally on my windowsill right now. Ripley, you are missing out on some primo cat TV.
Okay.
You're asleep. She's asleep and not... I'll close the window so that doesn't come through on recording, but that's very funny.
I was like, am I bugging? Have I accidentally put on bird video?
Nope. It is just... I have the window, like, open, like, half an inch now, just to let the airflow continue. Because it is still a little warm, but that should keep the birds from... I mean, here's the thing. I'm 35. It's probably about time for me to become a birder, right?
Hey, it's time. Everybody, birds are in. I'm hearing this from the kids at work. My kids at work also are saying that birds are in. So I think maybe birds are just cool.
I've got a blue jay and a cardinal family that lives in my yard, so
that's great.
It's not bad.
You know the differences between birds?
Blue jays and cardinals are like the easiest birds to tell the difference because they are Team Red and Team Blue from Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
Team Fortress 2.
There is it's like heron season out here, so there is herons all over the fucking place. We saw a big one flying today, actually.
Nice.
I was out.
Okay, let's.
You want to clap?
Yeah, let's clap.
Okay.
I've been recording
this is a bird podcast now.
I mean, I'm recording.
If we're gonna talk about bird, we might as well have material.
Welcome to Updated Autopsy Report, a podcast from Yotsuben and Friends, where we read and watch the inspirations behind Ace Attorney. I'm your host, Ben, and with me, as always, are Tiago.
Yeah.
And Rose.
Hi.
We're all longtime fans of Ace Attorney. We hope that through our perspectives, it'll reveal new details and provide interesting commentary for all the media we discuss. Our intro music is by Lace, and you can find all her other work at leiss.bandcamp.com. Today, we have all watched Columbo, again, Any Old Port in a Storm, a Season 3 episode. Again, these are TV movies from 1973 was when Season 3 was airing.
Hell yeah.
This is a good one. This one will show up at the top of a lot of lists for folks for their favorite episodes. Definitely one of my favorites. In large part due to our very good friend, Adrian Carcini.
Played by
the one and only Donald Pleasance.
Donald Pleasance. I like Donald Pleasance because I know him from Halloween as the doctor who took care of Michael Myers. And by took care, I mean he grabbed a gun and was like, we gotta shoot this fucking guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably his most iconic role, I'd say, right?
Yeah, that's probably is, like, the role I know him for. I know there's, like, other things he is in, but I know him as the doctor from, the Halloween movie. He was also in Prince of Darkness. Prince of Darkness, the John Carpenter horror movie, where there's, like, evil goo.
He's done a lot of horror, yeah. He
loves
did,
horror.
Iconically, also, as well, Escape from New York.
Hell yeah.
He was also with John Carpenter, in which he was the president.
Sick.
Who needs to get rescued in that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of iconic roles for this guy, but he is just, I don't know. We used to make character actors in this country.
Yeah, this is my first introduction.
Yeah, not to say like they don't exist, anymore. They do.
Mhm.
But man, we just used to have such a rich tapestry of
So many
guys that you could reach into a bucket and just pull out a guy, and he's a guy, you know?
Now you reach in a bucket, you pull out a guy, his name's Chris.
Yeah.
You've got too many Chris's in here.
They
Yeah.
all look the same.
You see, that's what's wrong
Where's
with your
my-
fucking engine. There's a
where's my
bunch of Chris's
pleasances?
in there. Yeah.
This episode like came about around the same time as the episode that released just before it, Lovely But Lethal, which was the cosmetics themed episode. We have not covered that on the show, but another I think fairly well known episode because it has Vincent Price show up in it.
Yeah.
In that one. He shows up in a very small part for like 2 or 3 scenes. But again, another great horror actor showing up there. This episode though was coming right up on the there was a looming writer strike coming down the pipe. So the showrunner, Dean Hargrove at this time, who was running it, wanted to hand off the duties to Doug Benton, who had worked on the show a bit previously, done some script doctor work and, on previous Columbo episodes. And he had also showrun several other shows that went well for him. Ironside, The Girl from U.N.C.L.E., and Dr. Kildare, which I'm not super familiar with. Benton needed a script ASAP, though, so he contacted Stanley Ralph Ross, who he had worked with on some episodes for Girl from U.N.C.L.E., and they had an idea, and it was just wine cellar killer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, all right, we got a wine cellar killer idea. Go ahead, make it into a full script, okay?
Make it real.
Yep. So the thing is Stanley Ralph Ross did not know anything about Columbo. He had not watched any episodes. So he asked his secretary, after being offered the job, he said, could you describe it to me real quick so I can start writing tonight? And she goes, he's Columbo. He's like a schlepper. He wears this raincoat and he walks out of the room.
Oh,
He's like, all right, that's all I need to know. Great.
okay.
These are some details again from Shooting Columbo by David Koenig, which is a great resource for behind the scenes Columbo stuff. So if you ever want to read about every single episode, getting like 5 paragraphs about every episode, like some in-depth behind the scenes stuff and like what was going on in production, he's got it. So I highly recommend that book. Another quote from that book then is, he wrote the script in a week, and Falk liked it so much that he called Ross directly on the phone and said, quote, I saw your script. It just came in by messenger. I went into the bathroom to read it. It's wonderful. It's really wonderful. Listen, we have to get together and we have to work on the script before the producers come back and screw it up.
Damn. Hell yeah. Maybe I was like, we gotta get ahead of this.
Buddy.
So he liked the idea and he wanted to, work with the writer to spruce it up. And again, as you know, Peter Falk was very, very hands-on with Columbo. It was his baby. He was very controlling about it, sometimes to, the detriment of other people around him. But, he had a lot of influence on the show because he was a big star for it. And if it didn't work without him. So he had a lot of leverage. They were going to start filming on March 7th, 1973. And on March 6th, 1973, the Writers Guild went on strike. So this resulted in a lot of the staff being shuffled around. And of course, Universal was arguing that Benton had to stay working despite the fact that he had done writing duties in the past. So he was a writer, so he was going to go on strike with the writers. But they said, no, you're not technically a writer right now. So, and you would sign a contract with us, so you gotta keep working on the show. And he said, no, sorry, I'm a writer. I'm going on strike with the writers. So they fired him.
Damn.
So he was off already after getting show running duties that quickly. The thing is none of this affected Falk and all the rest of the crew because the writing was technically already done. and they typically were not doing a ton of rewrites on set, so they went ahead and started filming and finished it, while the strike was going on. And then Falk headed off after this. I believe the thing he filmed right after this was Mikey and Nikki for Elaine May.
Oh.
So that's kind of the backstory there for the production. This was filmed at the Brookside Winery. It was owned by the Guasti family. They filmed there for just one day at this winery. Mainly it was like the exterior shots and a few of the interior, like during the tour when they had all the vats and like the old man mopping the wine shop. And
the
some
old man was
scenes.
important.
Yes, he was very important. So this is in Ontario, California, is where this is located. And since then, it has been a post office, a very well-liked breakfast restaurant, apparently, according to my research. But unfortunately now it is in disrepair and no longer used, and it seems like the current owner is kind of just letting it deteriorate.
How much money do we have all between us?
Yeah, can we all pitch together to get the winery?
Let's get the guys. I've got to do a business idea. I know how I'm going to play at the Rivioli.
Yep,
we're going to get a winery.
So the rest of it, they all shot on sound stages. Typical for interiors on Columbo. But yeah, so that's kind of my notes for production stuff for this episode. Anybody have any big thoughts before I get into the summary?
It's a good episode.
This is the episode that this is the episode I show people when I want to show people Columbo. I think this is the perfect Columbo episode. It does a very good job of like establishing his character, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a good time, and yes, like you said, it's kind of got all the ideal component Columbo parts, and all of them are basically the best they can be, right? At any one point. The villain that he's against, Falk's performance is great. The script is great. You've got good set work and location work for some of the shooting, and there's not any crazy, like, creative cinematography, this whole thing, but it's all just well done. It's all just solid across the board. Never gets in the way. And you got a nice twist, too. So, yeah. Then I will go ahead and do the summary. Adrian Carcini, a.k.a. Donald Pleasance, runs Carcini Winery and finds wine to be the most important thing in the world to him. However, his raucous meathead half-brother Rick owns the winery building itself and only lets Adrian run the business due to his wine skills. Unfortunately for Adrian, Rick is getting married and plans to sell the winery to a competitor, the Marino Brothers.
The Marino Brothers!
About to have his whole life upended and his wine career ruined. Jesus. His wine career ruined. Adrian knocks out Rick and drags his body into the wine cellar, ties him up, and then turns off the AC and ventilation system and heads to New York for a week of wine auctions. In a slight variation from the norm, we also get a brief scene of Rick's fiancée, Miss Joan Stacy, begging Columbo to help her find her missing beau. Meanwhile, Adrian returns, disposes of the body in the ocean, dressed in Rick's scuba gear and his sports car parked near the cliffside, attempting to make it look like a diving accident. Columbo investigates the scene of the supposed diving accident and learns that this is the Rick Carcini who went missing. He flags that the top was down, yet it rained that day, which he finds out after much legwork. He also begins poking around the winery, meeting Adrian, getting lessons in wine, and he also hones in on the wine cellar and the extraordinary heat wave, 109 degrees, that happened on Thursday. After much back and forth, he still doesn't have quite the whole tale, and Adrian's dutiful secretary, Karen, even testifies to Columbo that she saw Rick drive away from the winery. Now, why would she go and lie like that, But this proves there's no way Adrian could have killed Rick, so as an apology, Columbo invites the two out to a fancy dinner and demonstrates his improvement in the realm of wine selection to Adrian by choosing excellent wine pairings for the food. However, the final selection is an exceedingly rare and expensive wine that Adrian is shocked the restaurant even has. Yet when he tastes it, he becomes incensed, as this valuable wine has clearly been ruined by the heat. He storms out, leaving Columbo to explain, well, gee, this reminds me, I gotta get my refrigerator fixed because of the heat wave on Thursday. Oh yeah, you didn't know because you were in New York. Crazy stuff. Anyway, bye, have a nice evening. Now realizing several things at once, Adrian gets confronted by Karen, who says she lied to cover for him so that he'd understand her true worth. And maybe marriage? He has no love for her, though, and seems repulsed by the idea. The next day, now realizing that all of his wine in the cellar was cooked by the heat wave and the AC system being turned off to kill Rick, Adrian begins throwing them out, literally, out into the sea. And as he returns to his car to grab more ruined bottles, he finds Columbo chilling, sitting on his rear bumper. The lieutenant reveals that the bottle at the restaurant was one he had swiped from Adrian's cellar, thus implicating himself by detecting that the wine went bad. Adrian confesses to the murder, deeming the weight of the crime and the threat of Karen holding the knowledge over him too great to bear. The two sit in Columbo's car and enjoy a brief glass of dessert wine before the credits roll.
Hell
Pretty
yeah.
good.
Pretty good.
It's a good one. It's a good one, folks.
Oh god, this one's pretty good. I like this episode a lot. Donald Pleasance does an amazing job as Adrian Carcini. He knows how to squash and stretch his face. He's like a Chuck Jones cartoon in this one. He is fucking animated. His anger is real, his disappointment, his joy. He's like in the horror movies he's like always scared or angry. But in this one he gets to have a little smirk as he like has a sip of wine and gets to talk to him about it with his new friend Columbo, an Italian man.
Yes.
He
Much
he
hay
gets
is
to
made of
do
Columbo being Italian and not knowing anything about wine.
Right. He's like, surely you would know. And I think part of the reason that Pleasance's performance here has, been praised so much over the years is because he walks that fine line of being an asshole, but also endearing and like having those compelling traits at the same time. Like he's not a good person, and he's rude about wine. He gets incensed about silly things, or he's a bit pompous about it all, but he does have a genuine passion for it. He does really care about it, and when he gets to tell somebody about it, he's really excited about teaching Columbo about the details of it and what to pull out and the flavors and how to experience it and that kind of thing. And he does a ideal way of doing that.
He has a lot of all the people in the winery seem very devoted to him. Like they're like, hey, like he pays well, he'll keep you on forever if you're good, or even if you're not. Like they're like, oh, like this guard is kind of a drunk and he only keeps him on because he can't get a job anywhere else,
Right.
And like clearly he's into doing this like artisan winemaking stuff, that it's his passion, and like he has friends. Like, it's a very realistic killer that we don't often get, like, as a person. Obviously, this kind of crime is not realistic. We are watching a television show. But, like, it's a well-rounded villain, which you get in Columbo occasionally, but I think this episode in particular does a good job of it.
Yeah, Adrian Carcini is a man who has devoted himself to wine to the point of where he's willing to kill for it. He runs his business into the ground by overpaying really good employees to make sure they stay on. I think the other thing that I really enjoy about this is, like, Columbo's development throughout this episode. I think out of all, like, there's different ways that Columbo has been written depending on the person, but I think this is a really good episode of one where they show Columbo gaining the knowledge to talk to the suspect. Whereas, like, in a lot of other Columbo episodes, what happens is that he simply meets the suspect, he learns about, like, their vocation or what they're into, and he like sort of gets involved in it. But in this one, like he literally like goes to a wine shop and he's like, all right, I need you to tell me everything you know about wine in 30 minutes. I need to know now. And he like learns fast. Like he impresses Adrian Carcini. Like he's like, oh yeah, I can't tell this one, but I know they had that one last time, and you know this one's pretty. It must be different. And like the look of joy on Adrian Carcini's face is like genuine. He's like, oh my god, you learned so quickly.
Yeah, it's delightful. Some of the faces that he pulls in this.
Oh god, yeah. Like literally, I think I know I said Chuck Jones, but I mean it. It's like cartoonishly good. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that I like is that like Columbo straight up like does this and like gains the respect of the suspect. Like as before, he's known to like be not before, but like in certain situations, he's known kind of to be like a pest. Like he walks around constantly. He kind of bothers the suspect, all that stuff. But like, although we see him doing it under the context of like investigating the murder, he does become friends with this guy. Like they're buddies. And I think that's really nice. I think that like it becomes like a different kind of game where like it's not necessarily like a game. Like yeah, someone died, but like Columbo straight up like learning all he can to do all this in rapid speed in order to catch him is awesome, and I love it.
Yeah, we get this occasionally with Columbo with certain villains where we get a bit of the I respect you as a human.
Mm-hmm.
I do not approve of the things you've done, right? I'm still going to catch you. Still going to turn you in. But, you know, there's like a bit of this like, but you're still human. You're still a person. And you know, so there's a certain like empathy going on there that is, I think really carried by just the fact that Peter Falk is Peter Falk, right? And he can kind of make that work just through tone and delivery and often just face performance, you know, as well.
Mm-hmm. When he says like when he first is like, oh, I'll look for your like missing fiance, even though it's not my department because no one else is in, and well, he's Italian, and we got to stick together.
We gotta stick together.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, this is like a really nerdy, silly thing to be like delighted by. But I love seeing Columbo's office. I'm just like, ooh, that's something I never get to see before, right? You know, I don't, you know, it's like getting to see like a part of the set that you've never seen, right? Even though obviously they had to create it for this. But it's like, oh, I never get to see the camera put here in this position. You know, like this is a fairly early appearance for Columbo, all said, in the episode. Normally it's like 20-30 minutes in. I forget exactly what time this is. It might be that anyway, but it feels early because the guy has not been officially declared murdered yet. He's just missing, and she's like, I need you to help find my fiance. And Columbo's like, oh, you know, you get to see some of his environment that he just works in normally, which is kind of fun.
No, it's really nice. There's a lot of fun info in this one too, because they talk like one of the points why you don't get to see his wife is because they can't find a babysitter.
Yeah, I made a note of this. I was like, ooh, like a canon confirmation that they do have children. I think we might have talked about this.
Because he mentions, oh, me and the wife and the kid went to a picnic and it was so hot we had to come home. Right. You know.
Mm-hmm. You see, I kind of
at least one child.
I actually think it's interesting. I thought the child was like part of his bluff.
I mean, it could be, as always, right?
That's true. He could be lying.
Yeah, like
again, the wife thing is eternally debated as well. But
I think the wife is real.
He talks to her on the phone in this episode. He
calls a number
questions and she answers.
And talks to somebody. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. The through line of Columbo trying to figure out the weather. Because it's the fucking 70s and he needs to find it for this fucking case. He's bothering the entire bar. He calls the fucking weather service. He calls the weather service again.
Now, you may have noticed that this episode, like the actual runtime is an hour and a half, which is a little longer than the normal Columbo episode.
Mm-hmm.
This is because Universal stipulated they wanted every Columbo episode to run in a 2-hour slot. Instead of their normal hour and a half slot. So they're like, we want to stretch this out 2 hours. So they're like, all right, so we're going to run more ads and we're going to stretch the episode out to an hour and a half. So during this period of adjustment to the longer episodes, there is a little bit of like, well, how do we pad these out? How do we add a few more scenes in here? Such as, so you get like some of that extra flavor of him at the bar. Yeah. Trying to get the weather report, asking every single person, and it goes nowhere. No, there's no results to that scene. It is just Columbo's trying to get the weather, and it does not work. He eventually gets it in a different scene.
I think it does kind of add like an interesting factor to Columbo Mysteries, in which that like there is a particular thing that he needs to investigate the entire time, and I think that the weather being the through line here is really good because it delivers at the end because of the fucking heat wave. Right. But the struggle of him calling every time, him going to the factory, making phone calls. Speaking of the factory, was this the first time he whistled? Like, I feel like I can't remember.
This is the first time he whistles this old man.
This old man.
And then it becomes consistent after this. Like, it becomes a bit, right? Mm-hmm. But I believe, yes, this is the first episode where he whistles this old man, which will eventually kind of become a trademark of his.
Yeah, he's just a whimsical
and they integrated
guy.
Into the soundtrack and everything. So
I also unironically love the janitor at the winery. He's so cool. What a cool guy. He just works there.
There's a lot of like scenes with like just some guys in this one. Like he questions the janitors. Probably part of it's the longer runtime, I'm sure, but like talks to this elderly Italian janitor for a while. All the scenes with the waiters at the fancy restaurant are just so funny to me.
Yes,
those delightful. Guys,
they're so much fun. Just really a standout. Whatever
that head waiter then is a recurring actor then who comes back up multiple times.
Oh yeah, I mean he delivers like he himself is like a fucking cartoon. It's like walking into a fucking Dover Boys bit with him.
Yeah, Vito Scotti.
That's a fucking Italian
again,
name.
Pretty Italian.
That's pretty fucking Italian. Oh God, I'm just remembering Donald Pleasant's delivery of like, my mother was English, she supplied the breeding, and my father was Italian, he supplied the wine. And I'm like, dude,
whatever that means, man.
Dude, chill.
Sure.
Dude, chill, man. I feel bad for the. I feel bad for the brother because he got murdered. He died.
He did get murdered. He also sucks.
I agree. But like, even when Columbo's in the fucking like winery basement, he's like, "This reminds me of that cask story. You know, the Edgar Allan Poe, the cask of A. What was it, Alexander? Fucking getting Adrian Cartini to be like, Amontillado, yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think the thing with Rick is Adrian running this winery seemingly out of money? Yes. Mm-hmm. He's spending too much. Mm-hmm. That seems to be true. Is he employing a lot of people, and taking care of them? That also seems to be true. But he might need to be making a little more money off of this winery if he wanted to keep it. So Rick's not completely out of line to try to want to say like, well, we got, but obviously, yeah, he's just selling it because he just wants the money. He's getting married and he just wants to be rid of it. He doesn't want to think about it anymore.
He's selling it to those
which sucks because his brother loves it.
Yeah,
he spends all his money, and like all the characters are like, oh, he's like a playboy. He's like, he does all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, this dude also sucks. Both of you suck. You're both terrible people.
Yes, H. Everyone sucks here.
Yeah. That's my assessment.
That is a fair assessment.
The fiance seems okay.
Yeah, she didn't do anything wrong.
I like
she's here just to feel sad and I guess be in the sun a bit.
Provide like a little bit of exposition for Columbo.
I like the scene in which that like he has to break the news because they are at like a pool and they have groovy music playing and everyone's
the dancing
like
is so funny.
Everyone's like fucking half dressed and shit, and then like the news gets dropped over this fucking noise. It's so funny.
Well, yeah, because again, Columbo walks past all these people dancing. They're dancing kind of like Charlie Brown characters in that they're all just kind of shuffling and shaking their heads and arms a little bit. You know, it's doesn't seem to quite be in time with the music, which I'm sure was put in post anyway. And then, yes, he walks through, and when he delivers the news, this is like the one, like, I guess like stylistic choice that I noticed in this episode that kind of stood out to me is it's completely dead quiet. You just see his lips moving as he's delivering this news to her. And then it cuts in close. The camera pulls in and gets a close in on her face as she starts to cry. And then you get dialogue audio, right?
Yeah.
So that was like, I was like, oh, that's like an interesting choice. And that could be just like well, we didn't want to write that scene, right? And so we're going to figure out an artistic way to convey that. But I think it works. It works
Great.
But yeah, I love all of her friends chiming in after her fiance just died. And then they go, yeah, his brother sucks.
His brother's a dork, a straight up dweeb.
So boring and lame.
Yeah,
he doesn't even dive or lift weights or run. All he does is drink. And then he's like, oh, well, how did he go? Oh, well, he drowned. He goes, he would never drown. He's too cool to drown. Rick would never drown. And that's when like the gears turn for Columbo. It's like, oh, he was too cool to drown.
I mean, if anyone ever is like, yeah, I definitely won't drown scuba diving. I'm so cool. I'm the best diver ever. Expect that person to die scuba diving. Like it can be extremely dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even if you are an expert.
Mm-hmm.
But not in this case. He did just get murdered.
He ran out of air, which sucks.
Yeah, fucked up way to kill somebody. If I'm honest.
I know.
Yeah, heat stroke and
shitty.
suffocation combo. Not great.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. I also enjoyed when they found the body, in which that everyone is like, yeah, I know this guy. This is Rick Garcia. He parties all the time, scuba dives, loves being alive. I don't know how this happened to him. It's crazy.
And that one police officer that just wants to talk about the car. He's like, wow, this is a nice car. Wow,
That's
look
true.
at that car.
Yeah, good car.
You gotta
good
have
car.
some guys who are just got their own little obsessions, you know?
A little bit of a parallel, I think, between... Because Adrian, he buys these preposterously expensive wines. That's like, this is clearly his vice, is like greed of like, I want this so you can't have it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And he gets all of these expensive wines and he doesn't drink them. Just keeps them. Just hangs on to them. And, Columbo says, if I had a car like this, I wouldn't even drive it. I'd just put it in my park it in front of my house and sit in the kitchen and look at it.
And look at it.
So, a little bit of a parallel.
Yeah, that's pretty. I like that.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that I almost forgot about, but then you reminded me of the fact that when Adrian Carcini goes on this fucking trip, that fucking plane ride looks so sick. They're smoking cigarettes, they're drinking wine, there's a piano.
It used to be a country.
I wanted so badly. I actually wrote down a short story idea that I will share with y'all later, but I don't want to share it here because I'm like kind of proud of it.
Copyright.
Copyright.
If we put it online, some fucking Spotify will steal it.
Spotify AI will make it into a whole show, and I'll have no money, and in fact get killed. So I can't let that happen.
Yeah.
But the plane ride is sick. Ben won't allow me to be killed. That's a whole thing.
Right. I won't let it happen.
Yeah, he'll step up. But the New York trip is insane. It is Adrian Carcini being the best whiner guy alive. Everyone's like, ooh, Adrian, sniff this, and he goes, barrel. And then, like, everyone claps and is like, ooh, good job, like a seal.
And then he reveals that he just checked the label when they weren't looking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's got to be a little funny. People are like they're going to name him Wine Man of the Year. He's got to be a little funny with it. But then
Oh, I was just gonna say, I always also really liked. I forget if this was a tweet or just a joke idea that I had overheard from somewhere else. But somebody always theorized that what if you had this episode, and then when he goes on the plane ride, the entirety of Escape from New York plays.
Oh yeah.
And then when he gets back at the end, then the rest of the episode of Any Old Port in a Storm continues.
When he's
we can make that edit, you know.
Awesome double feature.
$5,000 bottle of wine.
Yeah.
$5,000, and it is 1972, and I did look this up because I thought I've gotta look it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good, listeners.
What's the? I don't know what it is.
Almost $40,000.
That's holy shit. That's a house in some parts of the country. As
Columbo says, my father never made that much money in a year. Buddy, me neither.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That is, perhaps a little telling that $40,000 a year sounds like a lot of money to me, but whew.
I think maybe Rick's validation meter just went a little up after seeing the fucking price change.
Yeah.
I also really like the secretary character because her being like, I don't want to say unwilling accomplice, but more like Adrian doesn't want her to be an accomplice. So
yeah,
like
she decides to do it herself.
Because
at first he's like, oh, called me Adrian, maybe something will happen. And then the second she has leverage, he's like, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to do it anymore.
Yep.
It's like, wow, what changed?
What changed? I can't believe Adrian Carcini wouldn't want a dominant woman. That's crazy. Honestly, I don't know.
Clearly the opposite of what he wants. He wants a woman who is dependent on him for employment.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. He does go on a little bit of speech about like how proper she has always been and how much he has admired that. Like, in the 9 years of service, you have never called me anything other than Mr. Carcini. And it occurs to me that this man just really wants to be like Rich. Or like his version of Rich, which is prim, proper, and wine. That's all he really wants in life. All the manners. This guy would be pissed if I put the fork on the wrong side of the plate. And I'll do it too, because I don't know which side it goes on. I never know. I always fuck it up every time. Columbo getting the testimony from the secretary, and then immediately apologizing and taking him to the fancy restaurant in town, the Italian one. I want to go to this restaurant, but also there's no prices on the menu, and I can't go there.
I mean, I feel the exact same way as Columbo. I always get a little nervous when there's no prices on the menu.
Yeah, I'm fucking scared.
I get a little nervous too. I'm not in a position where I can just order off that menu willy-nilly.
Adrian Carcini makes a lot of points to go like, it would be fucked up if I let you pay for this. And he goes, no, I'll do it. And then he's like, no, you don't understand, Columbo. You don't want this.
It's okay. It's definitely going in the expense budget.
I was going to say, that's an expense. LAPD's had taken the tab there, so...
This is probably why they couldn't find the Black Dahlia killer, is because they spent all their money on Columbo's wine visits.
Yeah, that is actually the reason, as it turns out. It's revealed.
Sorry, I just had to, like, remember, alright, famous murder that happened in LA. I paid LA Noir, Black Dahlia.
There you go. Oh, that's... Yeah. Is that what LA Noir is about?
That's one of the cases in LA Noir.
Yeah, it's one of... It has several cases in it. But
it's mostly about morphine. But, like,
and also
morphine's
PTSD.
A pretty good time.
Yeah, but morphine kind of ties into the PTSD.
Yeah.
I
really... I think people brought this up a lot over the years. Liquid Filth.
Whoa.
The delivery from Donald Pleasance when he drinks the wine finally, and
me when I get
goes
sent
into a
AI
tirade
stuff.
and calling it just the way that Liquid Filth rolls off his tongue is pretty good.
Genuinely,
and I mean that's what does it. He doesn't know it at the time. He'll find out later, but that's what does it.
Mm-hmm. I love when they all leave and the two waiters just like take a sip of the wine and go like and taste it, you know, the little
It's
fucking
so funny.
they
so
they do it at
funny.
the same time. It's legit like a Dover Boys bit. Like it's cartoonish. I love like I think my favorite thing about Columbo is that sometimes the world around him becomes like Looney Tunes, and that's fine. It's funny that way. Columbo has
Sometimes
like a through
you need
line.
a gag.
Yeah, I listen. I want to
Not
laugh.
too good for it.
I'm not. I need it. I love my Saki Circus. I need it. I'm gonna miss that Italian restaurant. I've never been, and I'll never be able to afford it. But God, those guys were funny. I wonder what happened to the secretary after Adrian Corsini got arrested. That place. Oh yeah, they discuss it, right? Like Adrian's like, what's gonna happen to this place?
Yeah. And she is probably getting in trouble for the lying that she did to the police. I imagine that would happen.
Yeah, that's true. She did lie. She committed not just perjury.
Well,
perjury.
It's not perjury. She's not doing it in court.
Fuck.
Yeah.
My perjury bit. God damn it.
But she is lying to the police
She gave
to try to
testimony a little bit, but nothing's gone to trial yet.
She could just say that she was dizzy.
She could probably say she was under duress.
Mm-hmm.
She was
That's
threatened
true.
with losing her job, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, a lot of stuff in Columbo, if the killer doesn't confess, you know, listen, a good attorney would get this thrown out of court because there's a lot of circumstantial evidence all said in the end.
That's why
but
you gotta confess.
But we operate in the realm of TV mysteries, so
Yippee!
catching somebody is good enough. You know, you just gotta catch them in their one fallacy, their one mistake, and then they confess, and then you're good. You know, which is what happens here. I love that he's just throwing these fucking wine bottles out into the ocean. Every single time he whips one out and it crashes into the sea, it plays the exact same stock glass shatter sound effect each bottle. There's no variation between it at all. It's so good.
That was like, Peter Falk's like, we got the one. We don't need another.
He wasn't in the ADR booth for that one, so
I wish he was.
They just did that. So that's fun, and yeah, you just get Falk sitting there on the bumper of his car, and he just kind of smiles at him. And Adrian's like, "Damn it, I've been had, haven't I?"
Haven't got hoisted by my own petard. The final like dialogue between these two are like really awesome. I really enjoyed it a lot. The line Adrian Corsini has is like, you know what's funny is that I'm probably the only man who could have told you that wine went bad. And Columbo's like, yes, you are. You're the only one who could have done it. And that like line almost has like double meaning behind it. I also love their exchange in the car on the ride way out. Which, now that I know that they only had one fucking day to record at this fucking winery, I wonder if that was the last thing. This was all
shot the same day.
The dialogue of Columbo, you are an incredibly fast learner, and like Columbo going, genuinely, that's the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. And I'm like, oh my god, that line is so fucking good. Columbo's like untapped potential to learn anything in order to catch the killer is like documented here. It's like fucking Krillin going to Planet Namek and he gets unlocked potential by the dragon. It's sick.
Yeah.
I'm such a I love it. Columbo.
Yeah. I mean this scene at the end is really if this didn't land the plane, it would still be a good episode, but this like really helps it hit home. Because yeah, and he pulls out he selects a dessert wine. He's like, I brought it, and Adrian's like, you made a good choice again. You know, you really do have a talent for this, Columbo. And you know, they have their dessert wine, their final wine before they head into the station and all that. And yeah, it's just nice. It does look like they filmed it closer to the end of the day because the sun's setting at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it's just good vibes. It works, you know. sometimes all you need is just two good character actors talking.
Yeah.
And it's a winning formula.
Oh God, it's so good. I
definitely. I did also. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say definitely a top 5, but yeah, go ahead.
Right. I was gonna say, did anybody else notice? I made a note here. Columbo mentions jokes, perhaps, that his dad was a tail gunner on a beer truck.
I totally forgot about that.
That's a really random thing to say. It's just very funny. I was just like, oh, okay.
That could be
so
part
specific that I'm just like, hell yeah, maybe it is.
Yeah.
That might be true.
I feel like it could easily be a Columbo lie, Columbo tale. What's a falsehood?
Mm-hmm.
A little. What's another word for lie? I'm thinking of a specific one and I can't remember it. A little fib. A fib.
A tall tale.
A tall tale. A Columbo tall tale. A lot of words could work for this. That's
Columbo's
what
kind of
synonyms
short
are.
though, so maybe it's a short tale.
A short tale. That's so stupid that got me.
That was yeah. Don't laugh at that one.
No, I know. I don't want to. It just got me. It like blindsided me. I feel like a dog just barked at me while I was walking near its fence. I've completely lost my fucking train of thought. Someone take over.
That's what I did. I'm pretty good at that, I'll say.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is almost going to be a shorter episode just because we're just like, damn, it's good. What else is there to say? It's great.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just, you know, I think we talked about this a little bit before about like cozy mysteries and the term cozy being applied to mysteries like this. And obviously, yeah, I have some thoughts about that, but man, I don't know what else word you would use for this. It's very cozy, you know. It's just great
nice.
Actors, you know, doing the damn thing. It's just well executed. I mean, yeah, sure, you can pick some holes in like plot, you know, and exactly how they determine, you know, and obviously, you know, the guy's body's left in there for a whole week. Nobody, you know, like that's a big risk to take. Yeah, you know, it's a big risk to have a body just laying there for a whole week.
I guess he just knows that
nobody's gonna go in there. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's got the code.
Yeah,
right. It's his personal vault, to be clear. So it's not like other employees would be going in there, but you know, still, it's a risk. I mean, yeah. What else do you say? Donald Pleasance and Peter Falk firing on all cylinders here. And it's a banger.
It's one of the best characterizations of Columbo IMHO because you get to see basically I feel like it's like you get to see how he works, in which that like he learns about the suspect, he develops information, he like gains information about like the suspect and uses that information in like rapid succession. He's a damn good detective. Damn good.
Yeah.
I just don't like using the word cozy. I feel like I've been destroyed by the internet.
Well, yeah, I mean that's why I said that. I'm like I have my thoughts about using the word cozy because yeah.
It's a shame that a perfectly good word has been ruined for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even necessarily that it's been ruined. It's just that, like, it evokes a certain...
well, it hasn't been ruined for me, but it's been ruined for lots of other people.
Yeah, it's been ruined for me.
I just think that, like, the way that... And we should say, probably, I mean, the way... Cozy has been used a lot in cozy gaming, to be specific. And since we obviously operate in gaming spaces quite a bit, we bump into that.
We game.
So, yeah, apparently. It's almost like our podcast about a video game or something.
Yeah,
but,
in our video game podcast, do you think?
Do you think?
But, you know, yes, cozy has definitely been overused for a certain type of game that, but again, that's not, again, that baggage doesn't necessarily directly translate to here. It's just, I personally rethink using the word cozy the second it comes out of my mouth, right? I immediately go, there's probably a better word I could use here.
I mean, I literally had
That's
the same thing with like fib. I was like, I gotta find a new word for lie or untruth. This episode just rocks. It's the perfect episode to introduce. If you want to introduce someone to Columbo, show them this episode. And if they don't like it, tell them to get the fuck out of here. All right? They don't deserve Columbo.
It's just fun.
It's good fun. And that's what matters. That's all I got.
Alrighty. Well, that might be all we've all got.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what else is there to say? Go watch it. It's good.
Go watch it right now.
I mean, it also, again, also helps that we've all seen this episode at least once before, maybe more.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times before, but I was like...
maybe 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then, I guess that'll do it for us this week, folks. As always, you can keep up with the show via our website, updatedautopsy.report, which has links to everything we do and all of our social media accounts. We also have a YouTube channel, which features our Let's Plays and other fun videos at youtube.com/@Yotsuben. And you can follow me on Blue Sky. I'm Yotsuben on there. Tiago, where can people find you?
They can find me at Tiago Time on Blue Sky. Tomorrow, we're not recording day of, but tomorrow is my birthday. And if you could do one thing for your birthday...
This will be coming out on June 2nd is when this episode will be out.
So will have recently been Tiago's birthday.
It would have recently become my birthday. You can do me a personal gift by just treating someone kindly. Be good to your fellow human beings. Be excellent. That's enough.
Be excellent to each other.
Be excellent.
Happy birthday, Tiago.
Happy birthday, Columbo!
Happy birthday, Tiago.
Yeah.
It's Tiago's
That's what I said.
birthday.
I should dress as Columbo one year. That'd be pretty good.
Can confirm dressing up in a Columbo outfit is pretty good.
Oh yeah, you did that for Halloween, right?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
somebody else here did that.
I did Columbo for Halloween a couple of years ago.
Damn, I was late to the party. I'll do it sooner.
I'm always ready with my Halloween costumes. I will tell you what.
Speaking of Halloween costumes, where can people find you?
Rose, the Halloween costumes. Yes, it is almost Halloween, as you all know.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find me at Rose Nonsense on Blue Sky, where I'm sort of just hanging out. And you can also find me down by the Charles River in the city of Boston. I'll be on the Esplanade, just hitting every single one of those little pop-up beer gardens. You will see me there.
Summer is happening.
Baby. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. June is coming
look
up.
At some ocean or some rivers. Go look at a lake.
God, I need to be in the
Water's
ocean
good.
so badly, actually. I need to go to the beach so bad. It's for my health.
You can just go to the beach. Touch sand.
Hell yeah.
That's my advice.
That's my advice. Also, don't...
It's not. It's my advice.
It's Rose's advice that I am endorsing. Endorsed by Tiago Dusra. Officially endorsed.
Sure, I'll endorse that too. Why not?
Yay!
Yay!
I support my friends.
Yay!
That
was very
so much for
cozy of
listening.
you, Ben.
Yeah, I'm very. People say that about me. I'm a cozy guy.
You're a cozy dude. I don't feel good.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
All right, that's it, everybody. We're ending the podcast.
No. We can drag it out. We can drag it out.
We hope you'll rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast platform. Let's talk about next time. I'm altering the deal. Pray I do not alter it any further.
Woo.
We're going to change what we were going to cover next time. You, dear listener, didn't know this, but I am changing our schedule ever so slightly. Tiago recently had some life changes, so to make it easier on all of us as we are kind of figuring out what our schedules are and that everything's cool, right?
Yeah.
We're just going to take it a little lighter for the next episode as well, just like we did here. So, at popular request, we are going to check out Agatha Christie's Poirot, the TV series.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to check out the first episode of season 1 with starring our one and only David Suchet as Poirot.
David!
So this first episode is the adventure of the Clapham cook, based off of a short story by Agatha Christie. So we are going to go ahead and watch that first episode of season 1. It is about an hour long, I believe, and we'll talk about it next time on the show. So we will go right back in for some more Poirot after we were like, this is pretty good. Let's have a little bit more of that. And a lot of folks really said, well, you really should see the David Suchet versions. So we are doing that.
Hooray!
That'll be next week on the show with episode 1 of season 1. So thanks so much for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.